everybody and welcome to the Flute Practice. Today we are going to be looking at how to film one of these cool kind of 4-part flute videos. So let's go check it out. So we are going to be using the app Acapella. This is quite a well-known app. Some of you may know it, some of you this might be totally new. There are some other apps that are similar. So you can probably search around and find similar kinds of apps, but this is the most well-known one. So we're going to use this one today, and I'm going to walk you through how to do this process. So first thing you're going to need in this process is a phone, some kind of a smartphone. I think it is quite important that the microphone is decent. So if you've got a phone that hasn't got a really great microphone, my suggestion is to get these kind of little plug-in ones. You can literally plug in to your charger port, and they have really nice little microphones. I know Zoom has got some microphones. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just post some links to these microphones below so that you guys can look into them and maybe get yourself one if this is something you want to really have more serious fun with. All right, besides that, you're going to probably need some kind of a tripod or something. Mine was a tripod. Now it's no longer a tripod, but it still works for now. So, die hard, use it till it is completely wrecked. But some kind of a tripod to mount your phone on. Also, you can buy these guys, really inexpensive. Also going to drop some links below for you guys. But what I do find particularly useful are these kind of bendy tripods, just because they kind of hook onto your music stand really nicely. And this is a really great place to put your tripod on your phone, because you got a nice shot of you kind of playing and you're kind of more or less looking into the camera. Of course, you can set your phone up wherever you like, whatever's practical and whatever works for you. The next important thing you're really going to need are earphones. These guys are going to be really important because ultimately we're kind of playing we're playing music with ourselves. We're accompanying ourselves. So we are going to need to be able to hear ourselves, and there's where these guys come in. Then you're going to also need some kind of music. I am putting links down below to my sheet music I'm selling, which is these kind of 4-part flute Christmas carols. And I'm going to be creating a bunch more of these cool arrangements. If you have any suggestions, comment down below, put them in there on any arrangements that I can create for you guys. This is going to be my new project for 2019, is creating cool flute arrangements for all of us. Lastly, and obviously most importantly, you're gonna need something fun, like these guys with the earphones in. No, maybe you want something fun. I'm gonna make some jingly bells with this guy as well. And also because let's just face it, it's Christmas. We should be having more fun than we are. So that's happening. So I'm going to mount up my phone. Now, I'm kind of doing a double process here, because on the one hand, I am going to be using this app. Whoa! I'm going to be using this app and showing you how to use this app, but I'm going to be mostly recording off my normal camera here, partly because then I can actually show you what this app looks like and, what we're doing on this app. I'm not fancy. I haven't figured out how to record my phone screen and all that. Sorry guys, so this is a very do-it-yourself kind of style video. So the first thing you're going to want to do is just go into your app. There it is, the little microphones, Acapella, and you're going to click into it. Now, when you're signing into this for the first time, you are probably going to have to create an account. You're going to sign in. You can do this using Google. As far as I remember, I did. So you can use Google, and it's not a huge deal. It's just really, I don't know why they need people to sign in. I guess people get quite social about this app, and then it's important. So then you're going to click on this little middle guy over there. You're going to click here, and it's basically going to give you a couple of options. You've got an option to join a collaboration. So this means you can basically play along with other creators on Acapella, which is really cool. But for today, we're just going to record a new video. So we're going to press on that guy. I'm busy working on a current project, so don't stress about that. Now, the app is going to ask you for access to your camera and your microphone. You're just going to say yes to both of those. Don't get stressed about that. Now, there is a premium package which offers you more possibilities, gives you more video options, and also offers you the possibility of making longer videos. So one of the kind of drawbacks of this app is we are limited to 1-minute long videos, which for the beginning is perfectly fine. Later on, you might want to upgrade to something a little bit, more, I don't know, a little bit longer and, have a bit more fun. Okay, so I'm going to just go with the classic versions. Now, here comes the fun. You've got all these cool different layouts you can choose from. At the bottom here, you're going to see the different dimensions. So just kind of a heads up. I would say that the 1:1 and 4:5 are good for Instagram. Those are great for Instagram posts. Well, the 6:9 ratio is good for YouTube videos. So you can kind of decide what you want to go with, which one you want to go for. I'm probably going to go for this guy here today. It's a really nice kind of Instagrammable size. And I'm going to go probably just with these nice even 4 blocks. You can go with whatever you like. I mean, there are tons of different options you can play with, have some fun with. Of course, the number of blocks equals the number of parts you're going to have in your piece. So in this case, you want to choose something with 4 parts, although that being said, I probably want to add my Jingle Bells. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to choose one with 5 parts. And I'm going to go with, what am I going to go with here? Probably going to go with this guy over here, actually. That could be fun. See, here you can see your 3-minute and your 10-minute long video is, you know, there is a try it for free option I see here. So you can unlock it. You can try that like premium account for a bit. I'm just going to go with a 1-minute video for now, for the purposes of this video. Perfectly fine. Next. Good. So here I've got my format. I've got this all sorted. Now what I'm going to do is if I want to create a video, I'm going to click on one of these little squares and start with that video. So I'm going to start, let's say, up here. I'm going to start with the video and it's going to pick it up. Now here you can start seeing, sorry, this is a little bit, but you can start seeing, there I am on the video. So I'm going to hit here this nice record button and basically I'm going to start my video like that. All right, so I have got my cell phone mounted yet again onto my music stand. I'm going to show you guys what that looks like for just a second. Here she is, nicely mounted up there onto the edge of my music stand. I'm actually going to start off with my bass flute part. Now this seems like a little bit of a weird thing to start off with, but what I find is that the bass kind of helps everything. I build it up from the bass, and sometimes I'll even go back then and redo the bass, but I find this kind of helps keep it all stable. You might want to play around. Maybe it's great for you to start with the first flute part rather and get that nice melody and tune going on. I'm going to kind of put some nice tips at the end of this video as to like what can help you in this process as well, because there are a few little things that become a bit tricky, as I'm sure you will discover in a moment. Okay, with that we are ready to hit record. I'm going to hit record on the phone. Now there is going to be a little countdown on the phone, you will see, which helps you just come in, you know, at the same time in each video. Okay, I'm going to be happy with that first take for now, and I'm going to go on to the next voice. So what's going to happen is it's going to save your video. Once you stop record, it's going to save the video. You can redo the video if you want to redo it, and you can press continue, of course. So we are now continuing. It's added the video. It's going to let you play back and you can decide whether or not you like it, you like the take or don't. I'm going to just like it even though I'm not going to listen to the whole thing right now. I'm just going to be happy with what I got. All right, we are back. We are rendered. We are going to now do the next part. Now I'm going to do my first flute part, which is the kind of big part of the screen. I'm going to just adjust so that I'm kind of in the shot here now. And now, obviously, the earphones are going to be super important because it's going to play back what you've just done, and it's going to play it back, so you've got to play it with yourself. Moving on, I've got my first flute and last flute parts together. And you can listen back again, it's going to render it, same process, you're going to go through again. Now I'm going to probably add my second flute voice just because it matches up with that first flute really nicely. Now I'm going to be playing with 2 of me. The biggest challenge here is really the beginning, coming in on time, and I'm going to have a tip for this at the end, but this really is a bit of a challenge and a bit difficult. So for now, I'm going to just try that again, see if I can get a little bit better. going to do the flute 3 part finally. Now, lastly, I want to add some jingles. So I'm going to put some of these jingles in, and I'm just going to do a video of me jingling my jingles. Okay, so I'm tapping on my last little square, my jingle square. And now with these little antlers, I'm literally just creating jingles. Now, you can probably go back and redo some of these videos. So I particularly am interested in redoing the 4th flute part, as I said to you guys, just now trying to keep it up. I may redo the 1st flute part as well. And then I'm going to post the full video for you guys to watch here. And then I'm going to give you some last tips at the end of that. So let's go. Okay, so once you're happy with that video, you're going to press that green button, that continue button, and then you can play back that video, and then you're going to press once again the green little tick button, and you're going to render it. It's going to start rendering, and then we're back to our home screen. At the end of the video, you can add nice effects if you like. There's kind of like different stuff. If you click down on that little like box with the stars, you can do little different frames if you like. Can also be super fun. And what's even cool is you can like add your own little watermark. So you basically can take away that little acapella watermark at the bottom and add your own. Let's put in the Flute Practice. Okay, so when you're done with this, you are going to want to press the share button now. So you're going to go to the share button, and you've got a whole bunch of different options now in terms of what you want and where you want to go from here. You can share it directly to social media. You can put it up on Instagram or Facebook, YouTube, whatever you want to do there. Or you can just save it to your camera roll. So that's what I'm going to do for now. I'm just going to save it to my camera roll. It's going to ask you to enable your phone library. You just say yes and okay. And it's going to render the video and save it onto my phone. And voila, I have my own little Christmas carol, sing along, fun along, happy tune. Okay, so ta-da, the video is done, it's all done, and it's ready to go. Now, some final little tips just to really help you with this. The things that are really challenging are coming in at the right time together. And the things that are going to help you with this is to, number one, breathe very clearly when you start, especially with your first part. But what also will help you is to actually watch yourself in the camera. So maybe memorize the first few bars of every single one, or just at least the first bar, and then watch yourself in the camera and actually bring yourself in. This is really going to help it to kind of get tighter and come together nicely. The other thing that's really going to help you is to also end off the piece together. That's the next big challenge, how to end off. So you're going to want to end it off nicely together. This is where kind of recording those, or re-recording some of the parts will be helpful, because then kind of starts to form this like group of flute that you start playing with, rather than always adding those individual parts. So don't be shy to go back and film things again. And sometimes be happy with, recording something that's maybe not as great, and then go back and actually film it again. No problems there. There are a couple of little extra things you could do. For example, you could play with a metronome on, obviously not on loud, because you're going to have a metronome, going through the whole time. But what you could even do is you can record one of your parts as a metronome part. So you can literally just hold your metronome to your recording device. So you have the one metronome part, which kind of becomes a click track. And then what you can do is you play all the other parts, and then you re-record over the metronome part at the end. That isn't a possibility. I've done that with some other videos because I found it very difficult to kind of keep the tempo in certain pieces. So that is a very useful little tip to do as well. Breathing together is going to be very important. I don't think that I was so successful with this, just mostly because that fourth flute part is quite challenging in this one. But what I do recommend is trying to breathe together in your video, this really helps with the overall unity of it as well. Of course, all the basic stuff like intonation, you want to make sure, you know, and check, especially in your kind of longer held notes, you want to just check your intonation and always be listening carefully for that. It's a really great app for doing that because we can actually practice our intonation with this app. How cool is that? We could literally like form chords and build chords with our own playing, which is awesome. Other than that, guys, have lots of fun. This app is really cool, and it's a great way for us to be able to practice ensemble playing without actually having ensemble peeps to play with. So it's really cool. I have got a whole bunch of sheet music available for you guys to use this app with, so go check that out. There's duets, and there's like these 4 flute parts and stuff like that. Bunch of different Christmas carols, and as I said, there are going to be other pieces coming up next year, 2019, which is going to be a great year. All right, everybody, that was a bit about how to use Acapella. I will encourage you guys, have some fun with this. I haven't used this app a whole lot either myself, so I'm exploring. If I discover any new things, I will post about it and I will update you guys on this. But this is the basics on how to use this app, how to navigate this app. It is a lot of fun. So for those of you who are like tech phobia people and like don't want to get involved in, you know, what all these youths are getting involved in, I encourage you, be brave, have some fun. This is such a cool little guy. Until then, everybody, happy playing, have a wonderful Christmas, and see you soon.